Start from the basement. Activate head. Queuing at the gate, SU7 is restless, probing to bypass the car ahead, then stopping close. The system warns of difficulty with obstacles. It fails to grasp the queue when the car moves. It is slow to react, turns right, and reverses once. After the gate rises, it warns to take control manually. But before we intervene, it drives off, warning us while handling it. Never lazy. As the SU7 leaves the garage, it brakes hard. Despite an e-bike nearby, the road ahead is clear, making this stop quite baffling. On a two-way lane with a dashed yellow line, a police bike rides slowly. SU7 treats it as a lead vehicle, hesitant to pass, only overtaking after a long wait. Turning left, perhaps due to glare, SU7 misidentifies the red light as green on the display. Luckily, it was following another car, avoiding a red light violation. At the right turn, navigation is correct, but the lane guidance points to the straight lane. We take control just as it is about to enter the wrong lane. Entering Future Road, traffic jams occur. Navigation suggests keeping right, but SU7 sticks to the far left lane. Merging becomes hard. At the solid line, traffic gaps open up, allowing it to loop back. Well, this was pure luck mixed with skill. Do you think it was more about the luck or more about the skill? Crossing, traffic stops and starts. SU7 leans left, hesitates, passes the car, enters the far left, identifies the bus lane, and quickly shifts right. Very responsive. But when needing the straight lane, the traffic is too dense and we have to take control. Merging into the service lane, the SU7 is slow to yield to e-bikes, delaying braking until the last second. Then, facing an e-trike cutting in, it doesn't slow down, but actually speeds up. We took over immediately, triggering the AEB emergency braking. This was truly frightening if we had not intervened in time. The consequences would have been unimaginable. At the first light on Jinshui Road, the SU7 is sluggish starting behind traffic. It falls behind after pulling away, allowing cars on both sides to cut in immediately. Navigating the roundabout smoothly, the SU7 catches a flashing green light, maintaining over 50 kilometers per h to clear the yellow, judging the timing well. It stopped decisively at a previous intersection. The SU7 handles traffic light transitions with great comfort and timing. However, starting behind traffic is frustrating. At the next light, it falls behind again, leaving plenty of room for vehicles beside it to cut right in. Turning into the O district, the target vehicle flickers, even locking onto a car leaving an intersection. It twice tried to steer left toward the wrong vehicle, both false alarms. After turning, the route wobbled, planning to drive against traffic, blocked by parked cars. It wouldn't move, forcing us to intervene. It then froze when meeting traffic, targeting oncoming cars, so we took over. On narrow old city roads with central dividers, the SU7 hesitated due to e-bikes, then braked to a halt for a pedestrian crossing far ahead, keeping a very conservative distance. On this road with mixed traffic, even with clear space ahead, it crawled at only 2 to 5 kilometers per h to avoid impeding the flow of traffic. We took control. Turning left into a narrow street, it braked for nearby e-bikes. At the corner, we took over to navigate the single-lane road. Past the narrowest point, it continued crawling. On the display, the path fluctuated, switching between pedestrians and e-bikes. If they got too close, it nearly stopped. We had to press the accelerator to avoid disrupting traffic. At a busy old town intersection, the SU7 struggles to turn left, staying put until we take over. With mixed traffic nearby, it finds no path. Leaving the old town, it meets taxis on narrow roads. Pulling right to stop early, it waits for e-bikes and bikes before moving. Very cautious. Turning onto Renmin Road as lead car, it is slow. Yielding to everyone, it is safe, but the overall efficiency is clearly quite low. At the turn, it misreads the light. Seeing red as green, it fails to enter the lane, so we must step on the accelerator pedal ourselves. With only one lane ahead, the SU7 shifts into a right turn lane, but soon cuts back into the straight lane to merge into traffic. Across 4 lanes, it shifts to the far left. When the light ends, it gets trapped by e-bikes, waiting patiently for them all to pass before finally moving ahead on its own way. On the one-way road by Yinji, it is overly hesitant even when the way is clear. Other drivers honk, impatient, and pass us constantly. Leaving the tunnel, it turns left. The pathing is jumpy and confused, but it finds the correct lane and follows the flow to turn. Turning from the main road into the side lane, the SU7 does not slow down at all. I see no signs of defensive driving here. At the merge, it starts too slow as lead car. Cars honk. We hit the pedal to enter. In the jam, it stays put, so we take over. At Jinshui Road, it waits to U-turn as 3 cars pass it. Only when the road is completely clear does it finally complete the turn. Before the railway, the SU7 waits a long time for a stream of e-bikes. It only starts to move when the road is finally clear. Approaching the toll booth, SU7 passes through the ETC, mostly merging into traffic. A truck cuts in. It fails to anticipate and has to brake hard to avoid. Exiting the highway ramp, SU7 stays in the right lane, a good habit. We pass the toll station using the etc. lane. At the Zhongzhou ramp, a slow road truck blocks the way. It fails to overtake early, then hesitates to change lanes, so we take control again. Entering the garage, SU7 parks quickly. This indoor parking performance is quite impressive.